All right. What's up, y'all? I'm going to read you an article. I shared the article, and we're going to talk a little more of this. Now, I do recommend listening to the Ultimate Soundtrack for Aces Mix 10K special by the channel Lucas Ricciotti. And right now we're on number, what track is this? We are on track 1643, Daredevil. I think it's a nice fitting song for this read. So, anyways, I'm gonna let that play, and I'm gonna read to y'all this article that me and some went on. Balance through military display, a photo retrospective of the Hyundai Air and Sea show, and as this video title says, the spiritual side. All right. Now, when people attend events like Hyundai Air and Sea show, they're usually drawn in by the spectacle, the roar of jet fighters, precision, and military formations. Beneath the surface, however, lies something deeper: a sense of unity. Combat, whether in the form of military display, video games, paintball, martial arts, the mega project, as I've mentioned to y'all before, or airsoft, this often draws people together because of common instinct to protect life and to protect the stuff for the things we love. All right, I wouldn't say so much things as in material, but what these things represent. Now, this instinct is rooted not in violence, but in love. At the heart of every human being is a drive to protect what we care about: family, community, life itself. All right. Now, military displays, I'm not going to read everything. I'm just going to give you some good bits here. Military displays and combat sports may seem outwardly aggressive, but they reveal a spiritual and emotional core: unity, discipline, and the will to stand for something greater than oneself. All right. These are reminders that human beings have always sought to create tools and methods, whether it be weapons with defense, rituals, sports, displays, military, athletic prowess, like the Olympic Games, to shield and promote what we all value. Now, it's also important to remember that this instinct, this protection instinct, sometimes is misunderstood, especially in the world of commerce, uh, politics, um, government agencies. Remember, the people are government. That's how it has always been, everywhere. It's always people, anyways. So step into your power. Now, world leaders, corporations, influence, sometimes they fall into cycles of fear, overproduction, and conflict driven by outdated agreements or even insecurity. And when I say outdated agreements, I'm not talking about that, oh, it expired. I'm talking about the method and the way it is done is something that is not, it needs to adapt. All right. So when business shifts or trade deals evolve, some react with aggression rather than adaptation. Okay. Again, pointing back to adaptation, we need to be able to adapt, flow with the changes. All right. And being a guardian also means understanding that we protect all our life. See, military drills and displays, these are all things, and I would say energy being used in a way to balance the powers that we all have, the abilities, um, and to also bring us together. Change is natural, growth requires emotional, spiritual maturity. Misunderstandings, let me lower this music a little. Misunderstandings don't need to be or lead to conflict. They just need to lead to awareness and open communication. True leadership honors individual paths, respecting both needs, and finds balance rather than control. And I want to remind you that there is your individual and there is your collective path. Okay? People, humans, non humans, animals, we all have those same wants and needs. All right? Overproduction isn't power, it's imbalance. Real strength lies in learning to live in harmony with nature, meeting needs without waste or even monopolies, and sharing abundance wisely. Only use what you need. A unified people is not one that dominates, but one that evolves and even battles together. This is power, this is intelligence, this is evolution. All right? So, y'all go ahead and check out that article. That's a friend of mine. Her name, we call her Star Vega. The photos were done by the wonderful Dub Davis. You can also, there's links to Dub Davis's photography. Um, and go ahead and read and give us your compliments, your perspectives as well on the comment section. And that's all I have for y'all. I know this music is great if you're actually listening to it. All right. Maybe it's a little too much for some, but I like the epicness. Maybe you could go ahead and listen to Anthem's the video game OST, or Halo, whatever. I remind you all, join the Mega Project, okay? This is not about selling. This is not about buying products. The mega project is not a commercial thing. There is a commercial aspect, but the focus and the intention is not commercial. All right. The focus and intention is self sustainability. All right. Anyways, that's all I got. Peace.